many ways, I feel like we've been, the proverbial canary in the coal mine in terms of this intensification of white nationalist violence, and especially some of the more hateful and disconcerting rhetoric around, grooming and whatnot that's been, increasingly targeting LGBT communities more broadly. And I think along with that too, we've also kind of witnessed this mainstreaming of far right views and ideologies within kind of the mainstream Republican Party itself. And unfortunately, I think many people in power ignored the threats against us because we seemed sort of like small beans until they started to really bubble up over the last year or so. And so I just wanted to add too that, thankfully, I have not personally been threatened at my events by groups like the Proud Boys. However, many performers in our network have. I have personally received quite numerous examples of digital hate mail on social media and email, phone calls, occasional death threats. I've had right-wing agitators approach me and harass me and film me at my day job. I'm a university professor by day, and they came directly to campus. I've seen events, my own events, canceled by bookstores and libraries and community groups, many times because these groups just feel like they don't have the resources to manage the safety and security for these events, and often directly, in response to threats by groups like the Proud Boys. And that also goes for virtual events too. Even when we think that we're kind of safer by moving things online, sometimes groups still target us there as well. I should also add that, I'm also a children's book author, and my books have been challenged, if not banned, in a number of public libraries. And so I think there's ways that these discourses of safety, tie in with so many different anti-LGBT discourses and policies that are happening now. And I, just to be real with everyone on the call, I think it's important to say that, I'm increasingly scared before events. I used to be someone who would ride the public transportation in drag and feel really excited to be out in public in drag to spread the joy of this art form, even on my way to the events. And it's really, there's a shift where, now I need to think about not only how am I getting to the event, but, who's going to meet me at the car, which route is the car going to take, all these sorts of things, which entrance am I going to go into, having to make safety plans with libraries, with bookstores about, where I could go if there was, an active violent threat, these sorts of things.